Hey guys, what is up? Pixels here, and in today's video we are going over a dev update that we just got for the quality of life things in the works and stuff like that for Evil Dead the game. I have literally just posted my response to the Q&A video, and then literally Hotshot posted this in my Discord. But I was like, oh, what time and that is, I just literally posted my response to the Dev QnA, and they actually have addressed how bad the Q&A was. They were light on the answers and stuff like that. But we're just going to read through this. We're going to go over what they got planned for the future of the game and stuff. So basically they say, hey survivors and demons, thank you all for everyone who came through our first Saber community stream this week on Twitch. Our goal was to introduce you all to some of our dev team, do some fun giveaways, play a few games with some of the great community content creators and other fans who have been supporting the game since launch. And yes, answer some of your questions both on the stream and in the chat. We realized that the Q&A portion of our stream was a little light though, and wanted to make it up to you by addressing some of the biggest topics you've seen sharing with us on our feedback site. So it's great that they've actually addressed how light the Q&A video was, and hopefully they take some feedback, not only from, videos like mine that I've done for the response to the Q&A, but also to, from the people on Twitter and stuff who have addressed their concerns of how quiet the devs have been and stuff. So it's really great that they're coming out and doing this. I don't want them to fall into the behavior pattern of things, not like literally just going silent until they drop a patch, which is great. So the first bug that they've identified and that they're going to be working on is spawning far away as a demon. We heard you and identified a bug here. We are working on a fix for this as an upcoming patch. Thank you for everyone who reported this to our support team. So I'm unfamiliar with that. I don't know if it's like, when the objective's done, it spawns the demon really far away. I think that could possibly be what they're on about, and yeah, it's nice to see that they're going to be fixing that. And they're also working on ban penalties. In our first patch, we fixed a lot of issues with disconnections that should help with these penalties. We're also sorry about that. That's not the experience we want you to have. If you're still having issues, please let us know via our support site. Again, it's nice that to see they're kind of looking at issues with disconnections, so it stops people from getting banned and playing the game. This is a good one, working on the anti-cheat and reporting players. In our first patch, we implemented several measures to combat cheating. I've actually haven't seen any cheaters since the patch on my side of things, and I've played a lot of hours since the patch, so it's good to see, they're doing some good combat measures against the cheaters on the game, and they fixed several bugs that were being exploited as well. Now, even bigger and better anti-cheat measures coming soon, which is good to see, and we're also going to be add a report a player option in the in-game across all platforms. Until that's implemented, please use the following guide to tell us about any toxicity issues you've experienced with another player. So if you actually go onto the reporting players section, so you actually go on here, you click on that link, this looks like what it's going to be like in the actual game. So, you go on your recent players, and you'll be able to have a report the player function and tell like exactly why you want to report that player. So that's not actually in the game yet, as far as I've seen. I've kept going to look to see if it's there, but it's not actually there yet. But it's nice to see that they're adding something like that as well, which is great. But yeah, so moving on. So showing support players and some leaderboard love. We're evaluating ways to better show how support players contribute in matches on the leaderboard. You do all so much work, and it's better. It should be better represented more on this in the future. So I kind of like that they're doing that, especially, I think people have voiced the concerns about Pablo. He mainly gives shields to the team, and, it might not look like he's given a lot of health, but in reality is he drops a lot of amulets and gives amulets to the team. And they should obviously add a stat for like healing given through colas, not just colas, but obviously abilities and stuff like that as well, and fear reduction. It'll be really cool to see all that, so hopefully we do get to see that sometime in the future. Like they said, they're working on that, which is great. Okay, so the next thing is approach to balancing. We appreciate all the constructive and thoughtful feedback you've been providing about the survivors, demons, and weapon balance. This is an ongoing process, one we'll handle very carefully and deliberately. This is great because I don't want them to overbalance the game. I don't want them to listen to every single player, because if you listen to every single player, you can't cater to that one side too much to the other side. So it's nice to see they're going to be working really hard to kind of do educated balancing on this game. And not only that, we look at actual game data primarily, but also the most commonly reported feedback from our feedback portal. Very commonly, for example, some people will report that a certain character or survivors overall versus demon overall is overpowered, while others will report the opposite, and you see those discussions happening frequently in real time in Discord and Reddit, etc. So we always look at data first and then seriously investigate any collected feedback that is common and frequent. That's really good because, I think on DBD, and behavior, that what they used to do is they just seem to look at stats all the time, and then like they'd nerf, like, just say Death Slinger, for example. They noticed like Death Slinger was doing sort of well, and they just nerfed him randomly. Nobody asked for this, and it's nice to see they're not going the behavior method for balancing the game, and they're actually looking at stats and then investigating from player reports as well. Like I said, behavior, they really just looked at the back end of things. They looked at the stats, they looked at the win percentage on the killers and stuff. And they kind of just, nerfed and buffed things from there. And they never really listened to the community feedback as well. So it is nice that it looks like they are taking time to doing this. And it's, like I said, it's really great that they've come out with this. But yeah, anyways, moving on. So many times we will look at a heavily reported bit of balance and feedback and find that the data shows the win rate and other statistics are pretty much even with others. But there are definitely some improvements that can be made. And you may have noticed that we've already made some adjustments since launch in our latest patch notes. And to Cheryl, Amanda, and Evil Dead 1 Ash, we are working on further adjustments to Evil Dead 1 Ash and are current and considering other tweaks as well. This is really good because I think a lot of people aren't a fan of his last 2 perks. I mean, I kind of found a little exploit you can use with them a bit, where you use a shotgun, you can actually get some health back and do a bit more damage as well, which is great. But I think a lot of people aren't a fan of his last 2 perks, and a lot of people were kind of not as happy with his nerf that he got as well. So it looks like they are listening to us about Evil Dead 1 Ash, and we're getting some buffs or some tweaks for him as well, which is great. Again, if you have feedback about a specific character and you feel is imbalanced, we encourage you to report it to Feedback Saber Games in the appropriate area. The more heavily reported by the community here, the more heavily it will be discussed and re-investigated by our team. So, like I said, it's nice to be very vocal about this, and I really like to see this. And, it's not just, everyone being quiet and like, we don't know what they're working on, what balance changes they're kind of planning or anything like that. So it's really great to see this. They're doing some volume options work as well. We're working on an option to adjust the game volume on jump scares and possessions to help them from being too grating or anxiety-inducing for players that are sensitive to those issues. We are also evaluating other sorts of accessibility features to make the game experience better for all players. We're still waiting for, obviously, controller sensitivity on console. I did ask about this in the Q&A, but it kind of just didn't get answered. So maybe that falls into the accessibility features. But again, it's nice to see the turn and jump scares down a little bit as well, because I do feel like when you're playing it, you do, even though when you expect it, it's still really loud and it kind of bass boosts your ears. But honestly, I don't really have that much of an issue with the jump scares on myself, but obviously people can be a bit, sensitive to that type of thing. So it's great to see that they're working on that as well. Persistent lobbies. We've heard players want to stay grouped after matches. We're evaluating this. This is not an easy problem to solve, but we will keep you updated on our progress here in the future. This is absolutely amazing. This will be an amazing quality of life change. Like I said, it's probably another like highly requested thing from the community in the game. So again, it's nice to see that they're working on that as well and listening to us. This is probably one of the key things as well. Like, when someone leaves the match, like, hopefully if someone leaves the match because they can't pick their character, they will just find another survivor to obviously join in and fill that slot, which I think will be really good for the game as well. So yeah, I'm really happy that they're doing that. When is the Army of Darkness map coming out? It's in the works for the summer. A few weeks ago, we shared some early concept art from the level, and we will share more updates as soon as development progresses. We'll let you know when we've locked in a release date and we'll also have some new screens to share soon. So again, it's nice to see that we're going to get some updates for the upcoming map as well. I can't wait for the map. I think it'll be awesome. When will you be adding new characters, maps, weapons, etc. to the game? The Army of Darkness map is coming soon, which will be free to all Evil Dead players. We'll have more to share on that in the next week or so. So, within the next week, we will see some updates on that, which is good to see. And there will also be new weapons and characters coming in future DLC. So, I don't know if they mean like downloadable content is paid. So I don't know if I'm going to have to pay for these, to these characters, but I imagine they won't have the weapons as something to obviously be free. It would, like the weapon shouldn't be have to pay for, right? So hopefully it is just for the characters that we maybe have to pay for, which I'm totally fine with. Of course, if they're included in the season pass as well, that would be good. We know there are fan favorite characters players should like to see in the game, and we absolutely will be sharing more info on this front soon. So again, I think Chet kind of got announced through Bruce, but if you listen to sometimes Bruce, he doesn't know if he's spoiling things or not. Sometimes he doesn't know what's going on with development of the game. And when he said obviously Chet was coming to the game, You might want to take that with a grain of salt. But again, I think that would be really cool. I'd love to see Chet in the game. He'd be one of my mains. He's one of my favorite characters from the TV show as well. And obviously he's in Army of Darkness too. And obviously he voices Henrietta in Evil Dead 2. But again, I would honestly just love to see him in the game. I think he'd have a great character concept. And honestly, I've been planning to do some character concepts and to talk about upcoming potential characters and what abilities they could have. And I think that'll be really good for a video in the future sometime. But what else am I getting in the season pass? I actually didn't see this question. So season pass owners get the classic bundle of outfits, which is available now, and also 3 upcoming DLC packs featuring new characters, outfits, and more. Okay, so they actually just answered my question about the other thing before. So the season pass actually includes new characters' outfits, so you don't have to pay for so I'm guessing people who don't have the season pass will have to pay for new characters, but it's great to see we're also getting outfits with that as well. And I do hope we do get outfits outside of the season pass and not only just included in the DLC packs going forward, And for those Switch players out there, this is currently in the works, and we'll share some information about release time and soon. So we're gonna have to wait a bit for the Switch release. They're adding push to talk as well. A lot of people want that, streamers and content creator friends. I don't personally talk to. I just have it on mute, and anyways, I like to play. I don't know what it is. I do like to play on comms sometimes when I'm off stream, but when I'm on stream, I really don't mind about it, because if I'm talking to people in game, I find it hard to interact with my chat quite a lot. So again, this is a nice feature for the people who want it, but I'm not really bothered about it. And they say, thank you. We know there are many other things that you'd like to see and get definitive yes/no answers to, including an FOV slider option, progression system additions, persistent lobbies, randomized on-screen handles, and lots more. As a rule, we are considering pretty much everything. As always, we evaluate popular collected feedback every single week, and of course do not want to confirm anything until we know for certain it's actually achievable on the horizon. So please stay tuned. Again, the best way to ensure your opinions are heard, collected, and considered is to register them at the feedback website. And of course, if you are experiencing any sort of technical issue or bug, hit up our support team. And finally, beyond, of course, constantly working on improving our game experiences themselves, we also want to improve the experience for you all in our upcoming Saber streams. So we would like to handle these sort of Q&A segments a little bit differently next time. Expect that we will be coming to the table ready to discuss at least several of the most hot topic items, and we will work on collecting community questions in advance in our Saber Discord server. That doesn't mean that we still won't try to answer folks on Twitch chat as well, but this way we'll make sure we've got a lot more of your burning questions covered. Thank you all for your ongoing support, and stay groovy. So, like I said, it felt like my response video was very mistimed, because, like I said, they've kind of come out and addressed this, and I said they should do it in a different way, the Q&A, of course. But it's great that they're actually looking forward to doing the Q&As a lot differently, and they're going to be well more organized and having questions and answers prepared for everything as well, which is really good to see. So, like I said, it's nice they're learning from, obviously, not really their mistakes, but, growing, and it's like I said, it's like a bit of a learning curve because it's early days for the game, and they probably won't be used to doing these Dev Q&As and things like that. So I'm, seeing this, it's actually given me a lot of hope for the game going forward, and it's restored a bit of confidence in me and for the devs that they're actually going to bring this game to, the potential that it could get to. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm a bit out of breath now because that was a lot to get through, and I've actually recorded 3 videos today on top of that, so I've done a lot of talking today, but I'll get this out to you guys as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave me a comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this feedback from Saber, basically a dev update, what we got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did reading through it, and hope you're hearing the stuff that you want to hear as well. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for more Evil Dead news and future content. I do stream this game on this channel Monday to Thursday as well, so you don't have to go anywhere else for that. And thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Pixels, you're my awesome viewers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.